Thanks for joining us on this episode of The One and Only. I'm Amadou C.
And I'm Dana Pecora. Campus Philly is the go-to resource for Philadelphia area college students, sharing all you need to know about living, learning, and growing in the city. Here's Lex Amalfi with more.
Campus Philly is a nonprofit organization that encourages students and recent graduates to live and work in the greater Philadelphia area through networking events, social media and blog posts, and partnerships. Mika Chug, a Drexel University student and Campus Philly's editorial and social media intern, says, quote, "I like interning at Campus Philly because I've been able to get a real hands-on experience to help me learn new skills and improve myself," end quote. Along with Nika, Marissa also feels as if Campus Philly successfully teaches young adults about what the city has to offer.
So I would say my favorite part about working for Campus Philly is, as living here for 10 years and falling in love with the city myself, it's really fun to tell fellow college students and tell incoming freshmen and graduating seniors and recent graduates all that there is to love about the city. Whether it's a great taco shop or whether it's a cool park that's going on or an event at a park going on. Or just something that's happening in the city that's unique to Philly. I love telling other students about that.
One of the staple projects that Campus Philly annually creates is the Insider Guide to Philadelphia. Each partnered school receives copies that give students insights to the coolest neighborhoods, tastiest restaurants, and overall hidden gems located around the city.
This is our Insider Guide to Philadelphia. So we distribute 80,000 copies of these to college students all over the Philly region throughout the summer and then throughout the school year, telling them all the insider tips about all the best neighborhoods, all the best food spots, all the best things to do. And then of course we kick off the year with College Fest on first weekend in September, which is our big event where we have about 6,000 college students from all over the region come for a full day of festivals, all day free museums all across the city, and it's one of our favorite events of the year.
Whether you live in Philadelphia or know someone interested in checking it out, Campus Philly makes it both easy and fun to explore. For One and Olney, I'm Alexis DeMelfi.
Head over to www.campusphilly.org to find out more about the latest internship and job openings, as well as new and old hotspots to check out in the greater Philadelphia area.
Playing card games have been a staple of American pastimes and have been used to create bonds with others. However, there is one card game that creates not only bonds but also enemies. We took some time to explore the dynamics of Uno. I'm Amadou C. If you want to figure out who your friends and enemies are, we suggest you play a game of Uno.
Next, we are going to get the inside look into the life of Danny Brustein. This international student athlete and junior at LaSalle recently suffered an injury that has interrupted his swimming season. Alex Goldstein has the coverage.
Before coming to LaSalle, Danny had to overcome more than the average college student. Now as a full-time student in America, Danny spends his time swimming, staying in shape, and practicing coding to help pursue his degree in computer science. Now, Danny spends most of his time focusing on his nutrition, as his exercise is limited because he only has the use of one arm. He usually cooks at home to avoid the unhealthy temptations available at Blue and Gold, but he makes sure to use his time wisely and keep in touch with his family back home in his signature mix of Hebrew and Russian. This has been Alex Goldstein for One and Only. Back to you in the studio.
It's great to know that even after a setback like that, you can keep a positive attitude about recovery. Good luck getting back in the pool. We're going to take a quick break, but coming up next, we'll look at some artists and entrepreneurs. Later, we'll meet some great LaSalle University athletes. The United States consumes about 1/4 of the world's energy resources. In order to use less energy, keep our environment clean, and save the planet, we must remember to turn off lighting and appliances when leaving the house. Clean water is a limited resource in our country, so remember to always shut the sink faucet completely to help conserve clean water. To learn more, visit the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection.
Welcome back to One and Only. Now we'll take a look at LaSalle students Darby Brown as she shows us her unique business.
The name of my business is Garden Fairy Co. It's a lifestyle brand and an online retail store that specializes in herbalism gifts and spirituality gifts, but our hit product is a non-tobacco herbal pre-roll. I was experimenting with herbalism and I created a product that I thought the market would benefit from. I was working at a drugstore and I realized that I didn't have it within me to work for other people because I wanted 100% creative freedom, and Garden Fairy Co. allows me to do just that. So far we've made over $100,000 revenue in 1.5 years, so we project that we'll make $160,000 by the end of 2019. Yes, this Monday we're launching our sister business, which is called Divine Beings. It's the first ever spiritual consulting firm full of yoga instructors, astrologers, therapists that can help you improve your physical health and your mental health and help you further your spiritual journey. If you want to be an entrepreneur, it's important that you don't let failure discourage you. Find your vision and do what it takes to achieve your goals.
Wow, she's really on a roll, and it doesn't even seem like she's broken the surface of what she can accomplish.
Art can refresh your mind. Haley Wynn shows us a young painter's view on street art.
I work on the subject of memory. I'm not sure what art style conveys because as far as I'm concerned, I'm still an emerging artist and should not limit myself to one specific choice of medium or style. I think I do work more in abstract, even though I tend to do more like realistic stuff. I'm trying to get away from it. On the subject of memory, I merge like stuff that is in my immediate surroundings, memories, and cultural artifacts or elements from Vietnam as the thematic choice. I try to convey a feeling or the sensations, a certain atmosphere when I paint. In all my process, I try to get it across. So what I do work toward is not a style per se, but more like a feeling, like affect or sensation. I do have a hands-on approach where I use material that's around me, and I try to be environmentally conscious on this end, to use like recycled material or materials that are cast off to fit with what I am trying to do. What I am doing right now is a smaller project because I want to focus on the surfaces of paintings, and I want to like practice on the gestural aspect of it. I like street art. I mean, I do incline like toward fine art in my own work, but it doesn't dictate like what kind of art that I appreciate. And on this end, I love murals, and I really like that Philly has a lot of murals. I think like my stuff is like more traditional and less like cool or hip, but at the end of the day, that wasn't like what I was going for. So I just hope that it reaches like a certain like audience, and that like there are people that appreciate it.
From One and Olney, I'm Haley Yun.
We hope you found a new perspective. If you're still curious, come visit Philly Art Collective Gallery on 253 3rd Street for more of the artist's show and exhibition.
On this installment of The Works, we sit down with a local teacher, comic illustrator, and father.
What position did the ghost play on the soccer team? Ghoulie! I'd gone to college initially for theater, and I did that for a little while, but you know, it fizzled out, and then I guess I was sort of trying to figure out what I needed to do, and art was the only thing that had always been in my life, and comics particularly. Well, Thor picked this up. He wouldn't let us leave the library without it. Who are you and why are you in my house? And he said, "You're not reading me, Stinky."
I'm reading you, Stinky.
Yeah, and I just started making comics. I started making my own work. After a few years, realized I really wanted to teach. Not that I didn't want to make comics, but you know, I realized that teaching was the other thing that I was good at, that I always wanted to do. I know, you're a vicious animal. And so I'm collaborating with some professors at the University of Delaware on a project about humanism in pre-med education, and we'll see where it goes from there. The art that I like, it's usually about stories, it's about narrative, like even if it's something that's purely abstract or sort of like contemporary idea-based work, it excites me, it's because there's a story behind it and contained within it.
See more of Ian's work and keep up with The Works on Twitter at The Works Phila. Next up, we'll highlight some LaSalle University student athletes. Stay tuned.
27 plastic bottles, 12 bags of trash, over 70 pieces of garbage. Don't be a part of the problem.
Welcome back to One and Olney. Thanks for sticking around. Next, we have an interview with Ben Fazo. Ben is an emerging star on LaSalle's baseball team and is entering his senior season with the Explorers. Take a look.
My name's Ben Fazo. I play some first base and some outfield. I'm a marketing major with a management minor, and I've probably been playing baseball for about, I'd say almost 15 years now.
Ben is one of the many student athletes here at LaSalle. Performing at their best on the field and in the classroom is a balancing act that student athletes like Ben face every day.
Yeah, it's hard. It's gotten easier over the years. Definitely as a freshman, it was a little bit overwhelming. I'd say like now that I got a pretty good handle on it. You're pretty much always busy, but I'm sure everyone on campus is at this point in their college careers.
Despite having an average on-field performance his freshman year, Ben has emerged a star player and a leader for LaSalle, on and off the field.
I experienced definitely some struggles during my freshman year. I think just being able to stay confident and keep working hard and just seeing like the light at the end of the tunnel is always important. I think a lot of players don't make it to that point.
Ben has earned multiple honors for his recent on-field play, including Big 5 Co-Player of the Year, All-Atlantic 10 Second Team, and twice has won Big 5 Player of the Week. But when discussing these honors, his mind stays team-oriented.
I think the goals that I set are more team-oriented, like winning the A-10 or just making playoffs. But in doing that, you have to have a good year individually. So in an indirect way, I'd say, yeah, I guess they were goals. Yeah, I'm definitely very honored to receive stuff like that.
As Ben enters his senior season for the Explorers, his main focus is on his team's success. But playing professionally is something that many elite college athletes have in the back of their mind.
It'd be something I'd be interested in for sure. It's kind of depending on how my senior year goes. If it goes well, then maybe there'll be an opportunity, and if there is, then I'll be open to it.
To learn more about Ben and LaSalle's baseball team, visit goexplorers.com.
Speaking of athletes, do you ever wonder what a day, do you ever wonder what a day in the life of a professional basketball player, an Italian basketball player? Take a look.
Everybody loves college basketball, but do they know what it takes to become a college athlete? The average day starts with an early morning. You have to get to the gym bright and early because it's time to lift weights. After lift, it's time to shower up, get to class, and then study hall. When that's all done, it's time to go to practice. All that hard work helps us compete on game day. And above all, it's a brotherhood.
I hope that gave you an insight on how much work is put in. We wish them the best of luck with the rest of their season as they compete for the Atlantic 10 Championship.
On this segment of Athletes of Philly, we have a brilliant soccer player from LaSalle University. Macy Bauer shares Clarissa Kirschdown's journey on becoming a professional athlete.
So the happiest soccer moment in my career is winning my county championship for high school. We were, I guess, ranked second, and we were playing the first team in our county, and I scored the winning goal in the first half, and that was the best feeling because my high school was not good at soccer at all. But then we worked really hard together cohesively as a team that year, and then for the first time since 1996, which is the year that I was born, we won the championship. So it was a great feeling to know that supporters from my school came and my family came and everyone just cheered us on, and I think that was the happiest moment of my soccer career. So the most influential athlete in my life is not a professional athlete, it's my dad. My dad played soccer, football, lacrosse, wrestling, any sport that you can name, and my dad is deaf. So what really inspired me is to know that he went through all these struggles with going to a public school with all hearing people and still played the sport that he really loved, no matter how hard it was for him. And to know that he was always rooting for me and helping me through whatever difficult times that I went through, I always thought back and thought of him while I play. So in the future, I hope to continue to play soccer, maybe out of this country, maybe inside, I'm not sure yet, but what I really want to do is to continue playing soccer because this is the sport that I've known since I was 6 years old, so I think getting away from soccer would be a little weird, so I hope in the future I can play soccer and continue to not only make myself proud, but my family proud and my teammates proud that I played for all these years, and hopefully I can continue to inspire people on my soccer team and even the young ones that are going to watch me in the future.
Good luck to Clarissa on the rest of her journey. Be sure to see who is up next on the next segment of Athletes of Philly. After the break, we'll get to know retired athletic director Bill Bradshaw, plus we'll see how fun bowling can be for the family. A lack of sleep can cause stress, illness, lowered academic performance, and an overall decline in health. It is crucial for a college student to get at least 8 hours of sleep a night, so unplug from technology and get well rested.
LaSalle's athletes is here and dear to many of us here at LaSalle. Tegan Lamar got a chance to talk with the man behind it all, retiring athlete director Bill Bradshaw.
For Bill Bradshaw, the road of life was not always straight and narrow.
It wasn't on my career list of things to do. I really wanted to be a Major League Baseball player, and of course 2 broken ankles had me wondering what I was going to do for the rest of my life. So I started out coaching, and that was sort of a career path, actually, to being an athletic director. I tell people, keep plugging away.
Right.
You've always, don't worry about where you start out. Do what you love to do, and the rest will take care of itself.
Fortunately for Bradshaw, what he loved to do was athletics, specifically LaSalle athletics.
I remember my senior year, couldn't forget the Villanova game, where we were ranked number 6 in the country, they were number 7. We played late in February, and we won a terrific game down at the Palestra, and we had 4 players on our team that were going to play in the NBA. 2 of them were lottery picks, Ken Durrett and Larry Cannon, and they had players that played in the NBA. That might have been my favorite game as a student.
Bradshaw held the athletic director position at LaSalle for 8 years from 1978 to 1986, and returned out of retirement in 2016 for his second stay at LaSalle.
My first time as athletic director in 1978, those 8.5 years, very special. The people that were here, Michael Brooks, Player of the Year in 1980, and then being able, part of the recruitment of Lionel Simmons, who became a Player of the Year, and some NCAA tournaments there, and some NCAA tournaments on the women's team. And then returning as athletic director has been among the most enjoyable 3+ years of my career.
After the 2018-19 school year, Bradshaw will retire again and is very grateful for the time LaSalle has given to him.
Thank you to LaSalle. Thanks for continuing to be a great university. Thanks for having me back at your own risk. But thank you for having me back, and thank you for having me leave with a smile on my face.
For One and Olney, I'm Tegan Lamont.
So Mr. Bradshaw has had quite the career being an athletic director. Not only here, he's had quite the career. He started here and then left for a little bit and then came back.
He was at Temple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was at a couple different places. I actually got the chance to interview him a couple years back. He's such a passionate Explorers fan. You know, he bleeds blue and gold. So we're definitely going to miss him here, but we wish him the best of luck in his future.
What's something that he said to you that stuck out?
Well, he just loves LaSalle, and his passion definitely stuck out to me. So, a great way to reconnect with friends and family is through bowling. Rosemary Rodriguez shows us one of these places in Philly. To find out more information about Erie Lane, check out their website at www.goerielanes.com.
I absolutely love bowling. I remember the first time I went bowling with my mom. It was an amazing experience.
I love to bowl too. It's definitely a lot of fun to do with your friends and family. So the show this week, we had a lot of great athletes, a lot of great artists that we got to see, a lot of great things to do around the city of Philadelphia. Are you definitely going to check out some bowling or some stuff this weekend?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check out some bowling, and I definitely want to get my art skills up because we've had some amazing art packages I've seen.
We have, and this week also got me really excited for the rest of the men's basketball season, the beginning of the baseball season. So I think it'll be a great season all around. All right, well, thank you for tuning into this episode of One and Olney. For our entire team, I'm Dana Pecora.
And I'm Amadou C. See you all next time.